What's good, people? Sam O'Reilly from Fight Talk. Delighted to be joined on the phone today by Mr. Dave Coldwell. How's things, Dave?
I'm very good, thanks, mate. How's yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you. Busy week for you, and an important week. One of your fighters, Lee Appleyard, he's fighting on the Martin Murray-Rosado bill, Commonwealth title fight against Masha Dodd.
Yep.
How does that?
It's a big opportunity for Lee.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, obviously, big opportunity. A guy who's not, too well known by, the Sky guys and that. How did that fight come up, Dave?
Well, we were looking around for an opponent. I think we had 3 weeks' notice for it. Lee's just coming up for a good win in beating the unbeaten Adam Haig, who had actually previously taken Lee's unbeaten record earlier on in his career. And he put up a good performance against Adam over 10 rounds. And 3 weeks' notice to go, we threw our name into the hat for the shot against Dodd for a Commonwealth title. Lee's one of these fighters that he's not one of these that expects to box nobody's for, all that throughout his career. He had a couple of as you do a prospect, a couple of learning fights, and then the Hague fight came about originally when his opponent pulled out on the day of the fight, and we had two choices. One was a journeyman, which was a guaranteed win, and one was against Adam Haig, who we'd heard was a decent amateur. And Lee's attitude was, listen, my fans have paid good money for tickets. I'm in this game to learn. Get me the real fight. So, he had a great fight with Haig, lost that one, but obviously he learned from it, come back and won, and now he's found himself in a Commonwealth title shot.
Yeah, Sean Dodd, obviously, he had a couple of tough fights with Cardle, and he's a guy, it's an opportunity for him as well, obviously. How would you describe the styles of him?
Well, Dodd's a fighter, his fights on heart, he's a bit awkward, he's just fights on pure heart and passion, really.
Yeah.
And Lee's a clever boxer. He can box a little bit, but he carries some serious pop in his punches as well. So it'll be an interesting fight, mate. It really will. I've got nothing but respect for Masha. I think he's a great kid, a really nice kid, and I'm glad that he's had some big nights, some good fights in his career, because he deserves that.
Yeah, hopefully Lee can, on his first time on the big stage, he can do himself justice, isn't it, and put his name out there so more people know him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we're not here just to do his name justice. We're here to win the fight. Make no bones about it. Lee Appleyard's here coming to, upset everybody's plans and grab hold of his first major title.
Who's he training with?
It's Ray Doyle and Steffi Bull.
Steffi Bull, and obviously Steffi Bull's on a high at the minute after his boy winning the British last week. So yeah, good time for Steffi and everyone up there.
It's a happy camp, it's a winning camp, and it's a very, very confident camp.
Definitely should be a good fight. I saw you tweet this morning. Good morning in the gym with the boys, the twins. Let's go over them. Obviously, Gav. Last time we saw him, he had that loss to Vargas. First of all, how was after the fight? Obviously, very disappointed to not win the fight. But moving forward, how's the plans for Gavin? What are you looking for in the future with Gavin?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, on the night, we we were devastated. I was absolutely gutted that Gavin had lost. But you've got to, going back, and the next day, you look at the fight. In fact, but early hours the next morning, I'd watch the fight back. And then when you look at how he performed and the levels that he's jumped and how he's progressed over the last 2 years, you can't be nothing but optimistic. He was fighting a very, very good fighter. Many people thought he'd get absolutely bashed up and stopped, and he proved that he can hang at that level. Now, he's still a work in progress. He's still learning, bit by bit, camp by camp. And, he's a fighter that's never had no amateur experience, so he's learning on the job in the pros. And, he showed a lot of positives in that fight, and we plan on, going away, learning from it, carrying on improving, coming back, a couple of 8-rounders, 10-rounders, getting back active again, and carrying on learning and developing as a fighter. and then in a year's time, he's ready to go again for another world title shot. So that's the plan. I've got no intention of flinging him straight back in there, because that fight proved it was just that little bit short of that level.
Yeah.
So there's no point in, like some fighters can go straight back in and get another world title shot straight away. Well, there's no point, because he's not quite ready at that level. So go back to the gym, learn, develop, become a better fighter, and you use that experience for the next time you get your crack. And like I said, I think he's a year away, and then you'll be a strong challenger for a world title.
Most definitely. His brother Jamie. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Jamie in action. I think was Monaco the last time he was out.
Yeah, Monaco, November 12th. He broke his hand in that fight, so he's obviously had to wait and let himself heal, and he's back punching now. So he's we're back preparing for another fight.
And Jamie's after the big fights, isn't he? There's no.
Yeah.
I don't think he just wants to keep picking up his mandatories and stuff. I think he's ready for the big ones.
He wants big fights, and there's a fight working on at the moment, and hopefully it gets announced, gets done soon, and that'll be a big fight. It's a fight that he can't wait for.
All right, I won't push you on the opponent till it's out there. Pricey, it's again a couple of months since the dust settled, since he had that disappointing fight. I think I was on the Olympia on Chris Eubank Jr. show. Has he been back in the gym? Have you sat down and planned with him or anything?
No, I've not. I've got no. I said straight after the fight, as far as Price is concerned, I've got no wishes to put anything into his mind about boxing whatsoever. I just want him to be happy in his life and just enjoy his family, go away and spend time with his family, and just get away from the spotlight and the full on insults that he's getting on social media, and just get on with his life and enjoy his life.
Yeah, some of the things that are said are disgusting, aren't they? There was some disgusting things. Yeah. But as people do that, don't they?
Listen, at the end of the day, he give it a go. He went in there, give it a go, and came up short, and that's what happened. That's what happened in boxing. So he just wasn't good enough on the night, and he didn't perform. So it's one of those things. But the bigger picture is that he's got a good family, and he's got people around him that care about him. So that's all that matters, really.
A lot of people would snatch your arm off for a career like he's had at the end of the day. So
yeah, do you know what? People forget that.
They do. It's easy to look at the negative sides, and I think we're all guilty of doing it sometimes. But you look at what he actually achieved. You've got to be realistic and say congratulations and good luck to whatever he does for me.
Not everybody can go out there and deliver on what the promises are and what what the potentials are. Sometimes things don't go your way.
Yeah. And
unfortunately, Pricey, that's what's happened a couple of times. Yeah.
Now, before I go on to, obviously, Bellew is the big, at the minute everyone's talking about Bellew.
Really?
Are there any other guys? I know obviously you train and manage a lot of guys. Are there any other of your youngsters we don't know about that, you're leading the path, hopefully, to stardom?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, what I like doing with the guys that I manage is just build them up steadily. Don't put all the big pressure on them, and when the time's right, then they get unleashed. It's like with Appleyard, he's been playing his trade, just learning and getting experience, and go along quietly, and then an opportunity comes, and then here you go, and hopefully it delivers on Saturday night, and the Sky viewers get a taste of what it's about, and it calls off a win. So there's a couple of kids coming up through like that, and when the time's right, then they'll get out there.
Yeah. Are you working Saturday night? The Sky commentary gig?
No, I'm not. No, I'm just up there as a fan, and obviously as Lee's manager.
Yeah, it's something that's at the moment it's been brought up quite a few times on social media, not just Sky, but BT, since obviously they launched with the Box Nation thing. It's something I wanted to get your opinion on. Sometimes the commentary can lead to be a little bit biased for the the home fighters, and I guess it's natural. But when you're brought in to do a commentary gig and that, are there any ever instruction to be a little bit more favourable?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'm not being funny. I mean, have you heard my commentary? Does that sound biased?
Listen, not you. I'm throwing the question out there, Dave.
Because O'Hara Davis is a Sky matchroom fighter. He fell out on me because of the way that I commentated on his fight when I commentated on it. I don't think I was very favourable. So I call it as I see it.
Yeah.
Same with the Cardle fight, with Ricky Burns fight the other night. I call it as I see it, and so do. I can't speak for everybody else, but everybody I know, everybody I've worked on, just calls it as they see it. That's it.
Yeah, not just.
But boxing, what you got to remember is boxing is about opinions.
Yeah.
You can have. One thing that I noticed as well is you're more aware of, I suppose, when you are calling a fight, is because sometimes I will go back and when I'm watching the fight after, and I'm listening to my commentary as what's happening on the telly. If you've got the angle opposite to me with the camera, I don't see that shot, or I see something else to what the camera picks up. So sometimes, actually, and I did notice that the other night, because obviously I've watched back the Scotland show, and something might look more evident on the TV angle, but I might have picked up and mentioned something from the other guy who threw another shot, and maybe perhaps I didn't see the shot on the other angle. Do you get me?
Yeah, of course.
So, a lot of times it depends on which side of the ring you are at and what you see. Because whereas with the cameras, they keep flicking around, to whichever camera the angle they're looking at, and you're only hearing my description of what I'm seeing on my view and my side.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't see that angle what you're looking at. If it's on the opposite side or something, I'm not saying that. I'm not excusing that for everybody. But what I'm saying is, from my point of view, I did actually pick up on myself when a couple of times I might have mentioned certain shots, but perhaps a bigger shot was landed by the other guy, where on the TV side. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you said, they flick between, and bear in mind the cameramen are standing up a lot of the times up beside the ring on the apron, zooming in and out, and you're sat stationary. And do you know what? I was at a small hall. It was a Goodwin show in March, and there was a certain fight for an English title, and I sat one side of the ring, and there was two other reporters the other side, and it was completely different. Little bits.
Completely different.
It's crazy, it's a good.
And that's how again, not saying in all cases, but in some cases, that's how you can get certain aspects of fights and certain opinions of fights completely different, just by purely being on the different side of the ring. And also it depends what people notice. But I mean, if just to say, for instance, somebody's being backed up and being put under pressure. But if they're making the other guy miss, I don't score just because you're swarming over somebody, but you're missing. I would kind of like look and say, well, his defence is great. I wouldn't say that automatically means that you're winning the round. If you're missing just because you're outscoring, so just because look like you're outworking somebody, you pinned them on the ropes, but you're missing me every shot. I wouldn't necessarily count that as scoring, because for me, scoring's landing. It's like sometimes opinions can differ. Where if somebody's popping somebody with a jab all the way through the round and they're winning behind the jab, bop bop bop, just picking them off, but then there's a 20-second period where a couple, a big right hand or a single left hook that lands and shakes head, and a couple of big shots from the other guy comes in. At the end of the round, then a lot of people say, "Oh, he was won that round." Some people give the round to them, whereas for me, I'll be like, "Well, boxing's about hitting and not getting it." And if the guy behind the jab and just the odd right hand's popping his head off for the 2 minutes 50 seconds, and the other guy lands a couple of bombs on the last 10 seconds, how can for me, I would probably. It depends. It depends on the quality of the jab. It depends on the quality of the punching. But I would probably go on the guy that's won the majority of the round, whereas some people would just give the guy who landed a couple of big shots at the end of the round some people give them to them. So again, it's about what people look for in scoring and things like that. It depends.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a judge. At the end of the day, they all sit in opposite places as well. So when you think,
yeah, I mean, some of the scoring for most, these days, there's always a card that's absolute garbage.
The Ricky Burns and Dongo one was.
I think one of the judges done it by 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, and I love it to bits, and I think it's a great advert for Scottish boxing, for British boxing. But how the hell do you score that where it's just by 4 rounds?
Yeah.
I don't care what angle that is. There is no excuse for that one. But again, like I'm saying, this is what people are seeing, and and it's just it is strange to see so. But it's not just here; it happens everywhere. Remember when Floyd Mayweather boxed Canelo?
Yeah.
One of the judges' scores there was like unbelievable.
Didn't one of them give it a draw or something as well? Yeah.
Yeah. It's happening all. It happens all over. I don't know whether. You see, the other thing that I'll say in defence of commentary, and because I found this myself, is when we're giving our scorecard, it's just our opinion of what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But what you've got to remember is a judge has one job. He sits there, he speaks to nobody, he looks nowhere else, and all he does is he watches the fight and he sees fighter A, fighter B, and that is his single job. When you're doing I think commentators get a lot of stick because what you've got to remember is what the commentator is actually discussing, talking about previous fights or talking about what they might be doing. I'm looking at what, just say for instance, fighter A is winning the fight right now, but fighter B is doing something where I think, that might play into effect later down the stretch. And while I'm describing things like that, and I'm talking to the fans like that, talking on the commentary like that, I've also got to give a scorecard of who I think is actually winning the round. Sometimes, because you're talking and you're discussing and your concentration's on multiple things, sometimes you might not actually get the round right. Especially if it's a close round, you might not get the round right, and that's where I've actually thought that myself. I thought, it is scoring it while you're commentating is a lot harder than just sitting there, shutting your mouth and watching. It's like if you're sat at home and you're watching the fight on your own, you've got a clear-cut indication of who wins each round. But if you're sat with a bunch of lads and you're having a laugh while you're on a bite, you take your eyes off the screen for 2 seconds while you're talking to one of the other lads and things like that, or you pick up a pizza and have a bite, take a cigarette drink, you're focusing your eyes on the screen. So you might miss certain things that happen in that round. So again, your full perception of that round might not be 100% accurate. So therefore, again, that's why scorecards can differ. But as far as I'm concerned, a judge, he's got one job, and all his job is to do is to focus on what's happening between those two men, not on the crowd, not what's happening ringside. He doesn't have to speak to anyone. He doesn't speak or communicate with anybody else. His eyes and his concentration are just on that, and that's why I think sometimes the judges and the commentators might vary in their reading of the fights.
Yeah.
And then also same where if you're sat in a crowd and you're being social with other people, you're sat at home and you're talking to other people while you're watching the fight. That's why sometimes there can be a big mix. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about close fights where it's a bit tit for tat and they're difficult rounds to score. I'm not talking about fights where it's completely one-sided and then you get a judge giving it to the guy that's absolutely got hammered. I'm not talking about things like that, but it's just my take on just being in that position for myself, how I see that personally. But obviously, some people think I'm talking rubbish. That's just how it is.
No, I think you make a good point. You're trying to sit back and think of old situations that the fighters have been in and going over different things. I wonder, just thinking out loud, if there would ever be, I don't know, any platform, try it out, where the commentator isn't ringside. He isn't sitting there in the heat of it, where the home fighter may be getting more cheers for hitting a glove. Do you know what I mean?
As far as commentator, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but I don't. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think that makes any difference with the noise and stuff like that. You buy into the atmosphere and stuff, but I can just look at what's happening in the fight itself. I don't think that makes any difference, really. I mean, I've done it where, I don't think so that makes any difference, really, to be honest.
No. Well, we'll see. I mean, not just because I've got you on. I think yourself and Paulie Malignaggi as well. I really like commentary-wise, yourself and Paulie, and you can only do what you can do.
Listen, Paul is absolutely brilliant. That's the thing about it. That there's some really good. There are some really good commentators and some really good pundits at Sky, and just being a part of that team is, I enjoy what I'm doing and I love what I'm doing. But I love boxing, so actually being there and describing what's happening or talking about what's happening, I love that sort of stuff. So I'm enjoying it. I'm just privileged to be a part of it, really. And I understand there's people that are going to like what I do, there's people that aren't going to like what I do, but that happens with everybody. That happens with absolutely every single commentator, whether it's in Britain, whether it's in America, Showtime, HBO, Sky, Box Nation, whatever. Some people like you, some people don't. Some people can put up your voice, some people think your voice is terrible and horrible. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't please everybody, and you're never going to please everybody. You just gotta, while you're in that position, you just gotta do your best at, the best that you can do, really.
Yeah, certainly. Let's move on to the big man, Mr. Bellew. He's a full-blown heavyweight now, I guess.
The problem is right now, I'm not saying anything he got back from holiday, but I'm imagining he will be.
What? Obviously, I know quite clearly in the aftermath of the Hay fight, you were quite clear about what you think he should do. And again, it's going to be up to sort of no one really, but him and his family that sit down.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, the options out there. I've heard Eddie Hearn say the options. Joseph Parker. Just thinking about the options and the big guys. Do any of them, are they daunting to you at all? I know he's just beat David Hay, but it's a little different than putting him in against a 6'8" world champion or something, isn't it?
Yeah, completely. And it's not, going back to what you said, it's not what I think he should do, it's what I would like him to do.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't want him to, I'm not wanting him to retire because I've noticed, it's certain things he's doing in training now, he's struggling on. There's nothing like that. Let me just make it clear. Each camp he is actually getting better and better. His brain's getting better. His understanding and thinking of situations in the ring is getting better. His performance is getting better. Everything. I'm on that side of things. There's absolutely no need for him to retire at all. There's no need for him to retire. The reason why I say I would like him to retire is because for me he's kind of ticked all the boxes and more. Let's not forget, this is a guy that all went through all his career. People have ridiculed and said he's never going to do anything. He's domestic level. Well, he keeps proving people wrong and he keeps winning. Now he's won the world title. He's beaten David Hay, secured his family's future. For me, I like him to walk away, but I understand completely the position that he's in now. Once people start mentioning these sort of numbers, then there's a temptation there to think, well, do you know what? I would love to fight for an heavyweight championship at World. Who would have ever thought that Tony Bellew would be in a position where people are talking about challenging for an heavyweight championship? Now, there's your Parkers, your Deontay Wilders. Now, there's the options there. So, just that thought, as a fighter, and if you put your mind in the majority of fighters around them sort of weights, if somebody was to say to them, would you like to challenge for a heavyweight championship of the world? I think 99.9% of them would say, yeah. So I understand the draw that's there, and the financial package that goes with it is unbelievable. So I do get that. So if he was to carry on, then I understand that, and I get that. Obviously, there's a possibility of a Hay rematch. I don't know, but you just don't know because he could be rehabbed and everything like that, and then starts camp for training, and his body breaks down again, and then you postpone, and then you waste all your life build up for a fight that's not going to happen. So let's not forget he's done that in camps before to other fighters, and the probability and the possibility of that happening again now are even more, because he's just had another injury. So, people, that say, oh, you're demanding a rematch. Listen, I'm not being funny. He might not be able to fight again. Remember when Johnny Nelson got injured? He thought he was going to come back again. He thought he was going to be all right to fight again. But as it turned out, as it come into it, and as you're getting deep into actual preparation to fight, not pumping weights, preparation to fight, then the body broke down again, and then he was realised that, no, I can't fight again. That's it. And this is something that could happen with David A. You don't know. So you can't. It's very difficult to just say, oh, we'll just bank on that fight and just, because you waste 6-8 months of your life preparing for that fight and the build up and everything, and it don't happen. I don't know, but like I said, there's the Parker fight. There's a possibility there. They've come out and said that they were willing to fight him, and Wilder. Now going back to what you're saying about, is it daunting? Yes. Deontay Wilder's massive. He's a giant. He's about 6'7", 6'8". He's very, very long arms, long and rangy, and he packs a hell of a punch. Now, technically, is he the best out there? No, he's not. So he can be beaten, but it's just the danger factor of him being so big and long, and it's such a it is a big task. So he would be the one that would be the most dangerous. The reason being is mentioning people like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I won't even mention them because they are just way too big and too they are too good at this level in the heavyweight division. A Wilder would be very, very dangerous, but he is beatable. Joseph Parker, for me, he's about 6'4". Tony's 6'3", so there's not a lot in that. He's probably about 17 stone as a heavyweight. So he's not the biggest.
He's got to come through the tough fight in Huey as well, hasn't he? He's got to come through that fight.
Exactly. So we'll see. I mean, I give Huey a strong chance on beating it because, again, a reason being about the Parker fight where I would lean more towards that is because he's not the finished article. Mm-hmm. That in essence, really, Huey against Joseph Parker, it's a battle for a heavyweight title between two prospects. I still think Parker's a prospect, even though he's a champion. He's a prospect. Huey Fury is definitely a prospect. So I give Huey a very good chance because Huey's got very good moves. He's very mobile for heavyweight. He's sharp. He's fast. So I think he gives Parker a lot of problems.
Well, whatever. At the end of the day, Tony's got the golden ticket, isn't he? So he's in a nice situation. He can choose.
Yeah, but like I said, he could walk away from it, and quite music to my ears. As I was talking to him the other day, that is a very strong possibility still. So we'll see which way it goes.
I think he's coming for your commentary job, though. I saw.
It's not my job. he's well in front of me, mate. He's very good as a commentator, very good as a pundit.
He was very good actually.
This is why I'm saying about him. He doesn't need to box again because he's got avenues in front of him. Listen, this is a guy that could, and because he impressed when he was doing the film, he could end up doing another film. He could do that, but what's guaranteed is a job at Sky. He's a WC world champion. He's fought heavyweight, and he's very, very good at what he does. So, he doesn't need to box because he's got so many irons in the fire, so to speak. Yeah,
definitely. We'll see if the urge to be a two-weight world champion may take over, but he's got those options, so it's nice for him. Last thing I want to touch on with you, I see you put a lot of pictures up of your boy playing football. Not down the boxing gym with you, no?
God, dog. No way. Why would I want to see my little boy get punched in the face? Not a chance. No, mate. He loves his football. He's enjoying it, and it's not bad. It's not bad. As long as he enjoys it, then I'll do everything I can to help him develop while he's enjoying it. And then the minute he says to me, "Dad, I'm not bothered about football anymore," then he'll do whatever he's going to do next. But if he sticks at it, then there's a lot of people. I know a lot of footballers and people in football. There's a lot of people that think that, for a 5-year-old, he's very, very talented. But that's because he just loves it. He's a kid that he'll sit there and he'll watch Monday Night Football, listening to Carragher and Neville explain gameplays and what's happening. This and what he does. He sits there and he just listens and soaks it up, and then he'll tell me about it. As we go on, and you'll see another match where that gameplay might happen, and he'll refer back to them. He's unreal when it comes to football and talking football. So he absolutely lives for it. So while he does, I've always said with my kids, I'll just support him best I can. My daughter plays the guitar and stuff like that, and she's wanting to go into music and things like that. And so I'm backing her on that one as well. And I think that's all you could do with your kids today. Just back them while they want to do something.
Yeah. Mine are quite similar. My two are just all football. I say similar. I'm not a world champion trainer, but they're all football. They're not so much into the boxing. I watch it, but it's all football, which is probably better when you see the struggles these boys go through.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? It's not even. Well, it is. I mean, I could never watch my kid getting punched. I think that's awful. I just couldn't do it myself.
Ricky Hatton's mum stands out for me.
Yeah, but I mean, there's plenty of people that can do that, but I would struggle really badly to do that. But it's not just the fighting; it's the actual lifestyle. Yeah. You don't realise just how much fighters actually miss out on growing up. Being in the gym all the time, training all the time, dieting all the time, whereas the mates are going out, being young. Enjoying themselves, going to parties, eating burgers when they want, eating pizza when they want. Do you know what I mean? There's a whole social aspect. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic because the group of people that you grow up with that are simple-minded, it's great, and you form great friendships. But there's a whole part of life that you don't actually experience as a boxer. And then when they grow up, they move away from the families, and they're away, from home comforts and wives, girlfriends, kids, stuff like that. So it's quite a demanding sport away from the actual punching.
Before you get in the ring, there's all the other sides to it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't want my son to have to go through all that, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, listen, Dave, I've taken up far too much of your time. I really appreciate you giving it up to Fight Talk again, mate. Pleasure talking to you. And I wish the best to
you as well.
Lee Appleyard on Saturday, mate. I wish him all the best.
Cheers, mate.
Hopefully he can get the job done. Thanks for talking to Fight Talk.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me on. Cheers.